Hey everybody, welcome to This Pink Cloud. I am DJ Kelly Reverb. We are a show that is about multiple pathways to recovery, mental health, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe. We're on all major platforms, and comment and ring the bell, as they say. But I am excited to have this young man on the show. He is the author of the Savage Handbook, also a philanthropist in his own way. And I just like saying the word philanthropist because I sound somewhat intelligent. That's not a bad time. But it's actually gifting the cycle. And I love this. And I think this is a timely time of the year to do this episode because your gifting the cycle is just literally gearing up. You see what I did there?
Yeah, nice move.
But anyway, so the author of the Savage Handbook, give it up for my step brother-in-law.
It's
correct,
it's a title.
Right? We've known each other over 30 years. Anyway, but my good friend and step brother-in-law, Jamie Lynch. How are you, bud?
Hey, good, man. Yeah, this is fun. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had the book come out, and I think it's kind of mental health / motivational adjacent. So I was like, hey, man. And then you've got the bike thing. And I think that's a great cause that you've been doing for a long time. And, I mean, and we'll give the people more information where they can donate for that, because I think that's a great cause. I mean, you're up to what, 200 bikes a year or something like that?
It averages about 200 a year. We've had some years where it's 250, 300. Just depends on how generous people are.
I like it. And then I'm also impressed that you frame the shot and you have the book in the background. What? Oh no. I didn't do that on purpose. I need to drop it back here. Like I should have had
what we saying?
the subway poster back here in the background. But anyway, so why don't you, I mean, I know that you're kind of a self-starter. And that you've had several businesses of your own. And I think it's kind of the experience you've gained through that process, right? And then you kind of just share it in, wait, let's get another this book again. Oh, wait. And it happens to have a QR code as well.
There you go. On Amazon today.
But yeah, so why don't you tell us, I guess, a little bit about the backstory, and then what made you want to write the field guide for the Savage Handbook?
I guess the quick route, college, did the college thing. Probably would not have had I not been more surrounded by scholarly or / educated people in a sense of conventional university.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd since high school been mowing lawns, pushing lawnmowers, and throwing plants in people's yards. And
right, you are no stranger to physical labor on the landscaping side of things.
Correct.
Right.
And that's kind of what transitioned everything that we're even talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Finishing up school, trying that first year in an office space, the true white collar world. Dude, that did not jive with me, man.
You are an outdoorsman to me.
Yes, man. I felt like I was watching life go by. And
well, it's like Office Space, like where Peter eventually does construction, and he's just like super happy out there, man. I'm just loving it,
Yeah,
that kind of vibe.
So yes, I mean. Think about, for me, I mean, that was late 90s, and it just transitioned to one landscape company after another that built up, kind of got tired, thought I was going to do something else, sold it, and started another one.
Mm-hmm.
transition, did that multiple times.
Right.
But over those years, just learned a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and had always taken notes and
Okay.
kept analogies or sayings that I just thought always applied to life,
Sure.
and not letting life, what's the best way, not coming up with excuses for not performing.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
great and simple ways to remind yourself that, man, it's you out there. Don't look for just dumb luck unless you swing the bat enough times. Eventually you do find luck,
Sure.
but you can't just sit there and mope
I
and
like, well, I like to say, speaking of analogies, one of my favorites is, how do you expect to win the race if you don't enter?
yeah,
You're
buddy
like,
of mine
oh,
always
wait, let me write that down.
hold.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, you got to get out there, man. You got
Yeah.
to engage and put yourself out there, and certainly at the risk of losing or not getting what you want. But
Mm-hmm.
they're just all building blocks, and
Right.
you hear that over and over and over from anyone, especially motivational speakers or
Oh,
self
yeah.
help
Tony
people.
Robbins style. Yeah.
Which again, this book is not self help, because I'm
Sure.
certainly no instructor or person to tell people and roadmap them, but more
Right.
just gritty reminders
Mm-hmm.
that I've always kept, and thought, man, a couple of years ago, I thought, or actually about a year and a half ago, I was going to mess around doing T-shirts with these clever sayings on them. But
Mm-hmm.
my older son, Max,
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to spearhead this, do
Okay.
Shopify store, man, and have all these cool sayings. Well, dude, that's a lot of work. And
Yeah.
that's not my gig behind a computer doing that.
Yeah.
Fast forward, he goes in the army, and I'm staring at all these notes. I'm like, man, I'm going to just fuck around and put them in
Yeah.
a put them in book form and see what happens.
Sure.
And it just got fun, man. It got fun because all these things come rushing back.
Well,
That
and it's kind of probably cool to you as well because you had like all this stuff probably in notebooks and everything and on your phone and
yeah,
everything. And then once you compile it together, you're like, wow, that's kind of a lot of knowledge.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
started with 31, just to thought that, man, one a day for a month will be fun. Let's see what it turns into. But man, I've got enough of them. I can make 2 or 3 more books, or make
Mm-hmm.
some bigger ones. That's why I
Okay.
call it a handbook, because
Okay.
it's short, but
Sure.
it's quick. It's to the punch. No filters, no
Right.
fluff, kind of
Sure.
edgy.
Right.
So it's not for your young child at home to start learning lessons,
Right.
because it's a little loose with the language in there.
It's adult geared.
It is. It's certainly high school or high
Right.
school graduate for those that are trying to prepare for life. And a
Sure.
lot of people want a easier or another way
Well, so
to
without
teach.
giving too much away, I mean, is there something you would like to share from the book? That we could, maybe some wisdom that you've attained, some unfiltered wisdom that you've
Well,
attained.
a couple of my favorite chapters in there is,
Mm-hmm.
like one of them I thought was just fantastic, and it's again back to anything that you're normally talking about on the show, and
Mm-hmm.
transitioning to a little more, on the motivation side, but
Mm-hmm.
or discipline, but is I don't have to, I get to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of us just look at life sometimes every day going, shit, I got to get up again. I got to do this
Right.
again. And I don't want to do that. Well, sometimes you got to remind yourself that you're in a blessed position. You get to
Right.
make these choices and go out and do
I,
what
lo-
you're doing.
I love that you say that because I always talk about perception. It's how you perceive it. Like
Yeah.
if something shitty happens to you, then it's how you take it. Are you going to take that and let that knock you down, and are you going to stay down, or are you going to say, hey, I learned this from that, and I'm going to use that to my advantage to, hopefully better or be able to deal with the situation or whatever it might be.
Yeah. Because I've got a couple buddies that I've known for 20 years now, and I incorporated some of theirs in here as well. And
Mm.
one of them is bring wood to the fire,
Okay. I
and which
like
is a
that.
fun one, because recognized years ago, just he's got a lake house and boats, big lake guy, and man,
Mm-hmm.
we'd show up for a holiday event, and all of a sudden we're the guys out there with coolers and putting gas in the boat and running around, making sure everyone's got a great party to attend and
Yeah.
not find one son of a bitch out there to help out, So,
Yeah.
it's not a monetary thing. It's a bring something thing.
Yeah.
Bring some intention, bring some help, bring
Be a
something.
good guest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a
Yes.
contributing guest.
Yes. Bring a rag and clean up.
Unlike I was for Thanksgiving, I was a mooch this Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, if we want to get closer to home, man, Thanksgiving every year.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, y'all host Thanksgiving, and we have probably at least Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
And we usually do what, like 40 people
30,
around
40
there.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, it's not easy to, accommodate that. And y'all have done that for, God, I mean, like the last 30 years.
It's been a lot of years. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but at least Thanksgiving now, everybody kind of contributes.
They've gotten better at not just bringing empty Tupperware.
Right. Yeah, right. I know. Guilty. Hello.
So, but yeah, and I guess to round out a last one, just to kind of give you a sense of some different areas of that is time to make the donuts.
Okay. I do. We all probably remember that commercial.
Yeah. That old Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Yeah.
Well, if you kind of break it down and absorb that however you want. But for me, it was watching a buddy of mine who said that one day, that every morning, this dude hustled, man. He stayed in his corporate zone and has done fantastic for himself. But dude's up at 4:30 in the morning, man, feeding some horses, driving down to Dallas, putting in his job, putting in his time, coming back home, back out to Lucas, feeding horses, but the guy just did it every day. And you forget about all the monotonous days of just staying the course.
Sure.
You just do it. You're not getting praise for it, but eventually it's going to pay off if you just don't stop.
Right.
Just keep moving forward. And I think that
keep showing up.
Yeah. And I think that relates to a lot of probably people that you speak to and who listen, because it can be mentally draining.
Well, yeah, if we want to take it to recovery, the recovery side, it's like the one of the slogans of AA is keep coming back. It works if you work it. Right. So it's kind of like eventually it will fucking make sense if you repetition,
Yeah.
It's like muscle memory and gym stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. You find yourself just doing it after a while. And then, a year later, you're like, holy shit, look at these results.
Right, dude. Look at my bird legs. Because I skip leg day every week, man. But man, I'm jacked here.
That's right.
That's funny. Well, so and then also, like, as far as this goes in this handbook, so you said just fire. Is there something that you could share that is just fire while I put the book up there?
Well, I think all of it is just meaning that it's short, it's gritty. There's no fluff.
Right.
It's to the point. I've got stories, some personal stories. Like I said, there are 31 chapters in there.
Okay.
But a third of them have like actual stories and where they came from personally. And so those are the longer entries, but as a whole, it's just rapid fire. There's a lot of people don't read. I mean, there's plenty of, books on audio
books. Yeah.
But I kind of joke. I don't say this initially that it's a great bathroom read, but it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not War and Peace, dude. It's it's like a good, right.
But every bit of it is it's one
gold.
Punch after another. So
right.
I suggest when anyone reads it, don't try and read it to finish it. Read a couple chapters, because I think it can be almost, not to sound cocky, I think it turned out pretty good. But I mean, it's kind of high intensity and adrenaline. And so, how much of that do you want to take at one time without just getting in the motion of just reading and not absorbing it?
Right. Well, and you say here, whether you're trying to or chasing a dream, holding a family together, building a business, or just trying to stay disciplined in a world drowning in excuses, the book is your gut check. I like that. Well, so
Well,
do
it is.
you I was gonna say, can you expound on like something, man? Like, I mean, obviously, you've done some stuff like as far as chasing dreams, um, with your landscaping business. So can you dive into that, or maybe, talk about, building a business and maybe what advice you would give in the book?
A lot of it's just risk and sticking it out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's got a great idea. I mean, I think every one of us has got $1 million
Hey,
idea.
hey, dude, let's start a podcast on recovery and mental health.
There you go.
Right.
But you were doing it, and
Sure.
so I mean, think about how much farther ahead you are than anyone, even just doing one.
Right.
I
Sure.
mean, who's not guilty of getting everything set up in place,
Right.
but waiting for the perfect time? Well,
Sure.
I got to have
Oh,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
these
yeah.
things, all these ducks in a row.
It's got to be
Yeah,
the perfect storm before I do
yeah.
this. Yeah.
So just go, just hit the go
Yeah.
button, just start.
I like that. That's
So if you,
exactly. I just say like I'm just dumb enough to start it. Dude. Like I just go, hey, why don't I do? Because literally, I was like in AA, right? Like I would go to meetings early on in my recovery, and I would sit there and hear their stories, and I would go, God, dude, I want to ask that person like 20 questions,
right,
and that's kind of how the show started. But then I was like, okay, well, I mean, it gets a little, I don't want to talk about just recovery all the time. So let's just morph into like a little mental health, because I think, as I've gone on, that they all intersect.
sure. Well,
Um,
I
you
can
know,
imagine. I mean, because I've seen some of what you've done, and
mhm,
so what this has in it covers a lot of areas. It's not just
mhm,
focused in just work or
right.
a lot of relationships. I mean, there's a chapter in there that really worked well with me and Kelly,
Okay.
who,
And that is
who
your wife. Yes.
yeah. So, and let's say Sunday we'll be married for 29 years. We've been
Wow.
dating since '89 in high
Wow.
school.
Right.
And so, but guys, we're problem solvers, man. We break out charts, and we hear our girls with a problem, and we come in screaming with solutions.
I like
Well,
it.
so but chapter in there is, I asked her one day, would you rather have comfort or solutions? And
Okay.
so, like, all right, so maybe I just need to shut up and ask a question or two and just say, hey, what do you need from me right now?
Hmm.
Are you venting? Is this something that's solvable, or you just need a shoulder or an ear? And
Right.
then, hey, just shut the hell up and
Well,
let it go.
I think as guys, we always are programmed or pre-programmed or whatever. It's in our DNA to we fix stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do, but sometimes we just don't realize. Like just shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. It's
And
not
yeah,
always what's
like
one.
because that's there's not always going to be a fix to whatever. And I mean, if it's in a relationship with your wife, sometimes it's just
Just
okay.
comfort.
Yeah, right.
Just,
Yeah,
just give me some
exactly. Just
comfort.
give me an ear to vent,
Yeah.
and I don't need your solution.
No
You know.
programmer mode here.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
That's what's been fun about covering
Right.
multiple areas, because I think anyone, regardless of where you're at, can find some good tidbits to hang on to.
Right.
And I've always thought, I'll sit through about anything, try to finish reading things, but if I can just pull one something out of the
Um,
time I spend,
a
I'm like, that's
nugget.
success. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, let's throw it a commercial, and we will be right back.
Are you an old fool who's so cool like us? Funky Gold is a network of skilled and hardworking DFW DJs over 40. We gather to create a mutually supportive environment for all members who are doing big things. Our DJs are leaders in the community who bring special skills and opportunities to share. We strive for professionalism in the music business, and we have hearts of gold. Not to mention we have the coolest swag and the funkiest headquarters. If you're interested in learning more about joining the crew, connect with us on Instagram, YouTube, or Gmail at Funky Gold Network.
All right. And that is our sponsor, Funky Gold Network. Love those guys. Be sure to look them up. Also, be sure and look up my Jamie Lynch. I don't want to block the shot, but check out his book. Check out his book. And then there is the QR code, which I'm sure you can scan because I have steady hands because I'm not an alcoholic anymore. I'm like, and that would be funny if I was doing that, like having the DTs on the air.
Thanks, man.
Right. And you bring that second hand in to try to steady it.
I'm trying to help you right now.
Anyway, just a touch of Parkinson's. Sorry, guys. No, but anyway, we have some new music out, and here that is. Okay, and we are back. That is the new track that is out this month. Perfect Christmas present for your dance music lover. But it's doing really well. Actually, I'm at 1.3 million streams for the last 12 months. So I am excited about that. And yay me.
Dude, I'm excited.
Well, no, it's cool. It's kind of like what we've been talking about and kind of what your book's about is just do it. It's just like you know, it's like the whole, if they build it, you know, if you build it, they will come, you know, kind of scenario. I mean, you know, it's all those little clever sayings, but it's just a matter of doing it. And then, you know, with music, I mean, if I like it, then chances are somebody else is going to like it because I've been doing this for a long fucking time, right? You know, just like you can look at a yard and go, okay, I can tell like either a professional did this or that was, you know, because you probably instantly go, okay, cool. That that bush is going to grow too big, you know, just like insider shit that you could point out.
Yeah, you don't think about it. It just comes out now.
Right. Yeah. And it just becomes second nature. Just like, you know, I mean, with writing songs, I'm just like, I know how a dance song should sound. And I would hope so. I would hope I would by this time, you know, 40 years into it. You better know how to, you know, if you're going to be a boxer, you better know how to throw a punch, you know. But you know, I thought this was really cool and good timing that you had this book out. But then also, I think it's great that you've, you know, your philanthropy side, and I'm assuming it's a nonprofit, a 501c3. But it's called Gifting the Cycle, and they can go to giftingthecycle.com if they want to donate. But let's talk a little bit about that. Like, so how long ago did you start it and what inspired it? And then, you know, I'll just ask questions accordingly.
Yeah, no, it started in 2004.
Okay.
And my background, like anyone, you know, you're a kid generally a boy with a BMX bike, but there are some girls out there that race at a high level. But started racing BMX at 12 and continued racing probably into my 30s. Professional level, then got on to mountain bike and cycling, anything with two wheels.
I did not realize you were a big BMXer.
Yeah.
So were you like, I mean, did you have like the trophies or did you go to the rabbit run?
I never was open when I was racing.
Okay.
But I have been there afterwards. And so, yes, familiar with that. No, it was trophies. I've got cool ass pictures of collections of those, but over the years.
Rad pictures.
Yes.
Rad. If you're BMX, you're rad.
Yes. Yeah. And I still got friends that are from back in that era to still race. Even the guy who was in that movie from Richardson.
Oh, really? Rad?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I love that. Yeah.
it's fun looking back at. However, like in 2004, Max, our older boy, was 3 years old, had a 1-year-old at home. And it was Christmas time, Toys for Tot drive. I saw it on the news that, hey, they're doing Marines and Toys for Tots. I thought, cool, man. I'm going to grab one of my work trucks, man. We had this big box truck, and I loaded about a dozen bikes into it and put a baby seat in the front of this big ass, cab, cruising down the highway, all windshield and roads. And so did that 1 year, thought this would be kind of cool. I need to give back because I credit racing at any level, but staying competitive, not team dynamic for me, but it set me on my course in everything I've ever done. Because I learned that, hey, I can certainly count on myself, and I certainly can't blame anyone else for not succeeding or winning.
Right.
Most prepared usually wins.
Sure.
And so it took off, man. We just did it next year and then another year, and a handful of years later, we had some neighbors move into our neighborhood when we were out in Lucas. And they thought, what a great thing we're doing. And so they joined us. And what started at 10 bikes or 12 bikes to 20 to 50, we just ramped it up. And we've had years where, again, we've done 250, 300 bikes.
Yeah.
We've got 220 this year.
Okay.
Matter of fact, today I've got to go pick up a good portion of them. We got 200 waiting for pickup right now.
Right.
And so,
so was there a specific, so the Toys for Tots kind of gave you your inspiration, and you were like, biking was such a special part to you that you wanted to pay that forward and give it to maybe less fortunate individuals or kids.
Yeah. So Kelly, when I remember just, and who doesn't remember that freedom that a kid gets?
Oh yeah.
Like, dude. And so many, we're all in at least North Texas and most of these areas. We're not in that bad a shape. I know there's a lot of families out there hurting. They can't always afford a bike, but they can, they've got stuff that they can get and from some of the outreaches. And I just decided, man, I'm just doing bikes because I just know for a kid how important that is. And in a time where everyone is sitting inside, man, it's just getting worse.
Oh yeah. I'm just on my phone. Yeah, exactly.
So
playing Fortnite. Yeah, you got to get outside, dude. I mean, we see like me as a kid growing up. We had the perfect balance of Atari and BMX. So it was like, you had to go, you would go over to your friend's house, ride your bike over there, play Atari, but then you would only do that for, a couple hours. And then, you go play football or something outdoors. Whereas now it's just like, I'm coming home from school and I'm going to become a professional at Fortnite.
Yeah, we didn't have the luxury of headphones and talking with people around the world. Online. Atari, whatever it is, you're hanging out, you got 2 controllers, and if you got 4 dudes there, you got guys just slapping in the back of the head because they can't play. So finally you're like, hell with it, let's just go ride our bikes or play football.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's important to stay active, mental health wise. Because I find that being a producer, if I don't make myself like go out and do certain things, I'm like, wow, dude, I'm getting a little crusty in here, dude. And also it also messes with your head, if you're not out and at least trying to somewhat interact and be a member of society.
I would never pretend to know much about the depths of mental health, but a very surface level for anyone, regardless of their level of mental health. Exercise has got to be the best medicine for anything and anyone, even if it's the first thing you do in the morning.
Right.
So that was wildly important. Are you tying those pieces in? The sooner we can start those habits or help start those habits with the youth, hopefully the better chance they've got of turning around and making some healthier decisions. And I mean, I'm no health freak. I love
right.
active.
Well, I've noticed like when I've gotten depressed or, we've all gone through that at some point in our life, but definitely, hitting the gym, starts getting those endorphins going. And then you're just like, oh, cool. And it also keeps your mind off of, or it helps you maybe process what you're going through. And then, once, you were like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can handle this, like after a little while.
It's a great drinking alternative because
true.
I mean, I still have a cocktail in the afternoon once in a while, and or if I'm done and I do a little work at my office, which may happen to be a local watering hole,
right?
It can kind of chill you out a little bit. However, man, exercise, dude, that
might be a little better for you.
Yes, at least as good.
Right.
It relaxing you, but yeah, those aren't long-term answers. But man, exercise and good living certainly is long-term.
Right. Well, and then I want to talk about, so where can like people go to donate for the bikes, and then and then maybe somebody in the audience is, knows somebody that could benefit from a bike. So can you give us a little more detail on A, where to give, and then B, where these bikes are distributed?
Yeah. So we primarily do it for the other couple. They got a lake house, or did, out in Bonham. So we did a little bit with Fannin County every year. However, they moved. They weren't well set up there in our eyes. So we're 100% at the all community outreach here in Allen. Okay. But they serve all the surrounding counties as well, because they've gotten to be a pretty good size. So the nice thing is all of those bikes stay local, which was really important for us. We did some other organizations to find out that they ship them out to other states and other parts of Texas. And while that's all good, our focus is starting here in our community. So whether it's, some Dallas County, Collin County, I think the majority stays in. But yeah, just going to giftingthecycle.com and brings up our website, and there's a donate now button.
Okay.
You can, it's all goes through PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can enter credit card information. Average is $100 a bike.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Which is nice, because I really thought we were going to get stuck this year with not getting into politics, but tariffs are a real thing.
Sure.
We're talking about where a lot of these bikes come from overseas.
Right.
So we were able to really structure a pretty good deal, getting a large quantity and keep the prices reasonable. So if you just said, hey, I want to just do one bike, $100.
Right.
And so that's been working out really well.
Right. And then also, if you can't afford that, or $20, anything helps, right?
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah. You don't have to give the whole bike.
Yeah, right. You can just give 2 tires and handlebars. Right.
Yeah. So here's my $20 for a seat and handlebars. Yeah.
But I love the fact that this is not just a new, oh, cool. Like, you've been doing this for a while. Like, I mean, you said 2004. So that's, I got to do some math, dude, but like 21 years.
21 years. Yeah. Yeah. And man, it's just, the support's been amazing. We've got a couple girls that Kelly went to college with, or these twins, and they've got an older brother. And this is just a sweet story, because they're talking about the first time we started exposing them to the charity, and they each give, and they do really well for themselves.
Sure.
They've given $1,500 each a year. Because their brother is so special to them. They're a really tight family, that they just have never forgotten how much this dude lit up as a child when he got his first bike. Like, that's just such a cool memory for them, but to share that affected their entire life, and they've got a cool ass brother. There's not like there's something wrong with them. Like who wouldn't be excited about a bike?
Yeah.
And so so hearing that, and then other stories once in a while that people get engaged in. I will drop. There's some areas around here locally that do toy drives, where there's local police departments, and we'll put some bikes there. But the stories that people are reminded of when they were kids, and everyone seemed to have raced BMX.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did that. But whether they did or not, it's amazing hearing stories on how a bike affected them as a kid, and so that never gets old.
I mean, your bike, the time we grew up, your bike was probably like your horse would be, like back in the day, I was like, I remember it fondly until it got stolen. But then by the time it got stolen, I was almost learner's permit and ready to drive. By the way, I got a vent, dude. What is wrong with kids these days? Like, I used to want to, man, when I could drive, that was it, man. I need my hardship. I need my license. I want it when I'm 14, man.
Yes.
I want to get the F out of here. And it's like my niece and nephew are just like, yeah, I mean, I'll get my driver's license when I'm 21. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know people who are literally 21 right now that are close to us.
Yeah.
That still don't even have a permit.
Well, I guess it was before Uber and all that stuff. But I mean, like for me, it signified freedom. And that's what the bike signified for me. Yeah,
it's the next level of freedom.
Yeah.
We are not going to give away cars by any means.
Right, exactly. Get a car drive and right. And it's only $40,000 a car. So, I mean,
reach deep, man. Get in the pocket.
Right. Exactly. I love it. Well, and I thought it was a good time to have you on the show, as far as for the book that just came out right here.
Yeah, and I like to remind people on that too. I really talking about just hitting the start button earlier. There's a lot of things I could have done and taken more time to make everything quote perfect, but book turned out badass. Now the promotional piece. Now I'm trying to capitalize on the holidays because it's a great stocking stuffer.
Right.
Or if you're going to a Christmas party and you need to pick up some white elephant gifts, they're maybe a little unusual, but
I have a feeling we are going to see these at our family festivities this year.
But even shopping for guys, man, we're a pain in the ass to shop for.
So this is a good dude book.
It is.
Yeah.
Although I've had some great feedback on Facebook from specifically women who've read it, and man, it was really cool getting their feedback because they were like, "Holy shit, man, I'm ready to go attack the world."
Oh, nice! I like that, and I love that. I love. And that's kind of, where the show ties in. It's just like, it's all about sharing experience, and hopefully it either, somebody can make a course correcting decision, or they can just learn from, your experience or my experience. And that's kind of why I did the show, is just because, if you have a dialogue about it, nothing's going to get heard or help somebody or benefit humanity, if you will, if it just stays in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
we could all use a little mind shift once in a while.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's got something worth listening to. Hopefully.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll challenge that, but sure. It's always nice to get other perspectives and being open to listening and reading and just learning outside of what you think you know.
Right.
And, hey, God forbid it just backs up everything you were thinking.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that sometimes.
Yeah. Like a little confirmation.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, and then you actually also have a website for the book, and that is thesavagehandbook.com.
Correct.
Yeah, and I got one question. Yeah, here, I'll throw up the QR code again.
Say that'll bring us straight to the website, but if it doesn't from the screen, it is the Savage Handbook.
You can for the old people, you can screenshot this and then tap the just whatever. But and then just for those listening, just hit the website. But so I always like to give the guest time to shout out whoever they'd like, maybe their wives or kids or whatever.
No, it's that's cool. That's really cool because I tell you, man, just reading the back page is there's a little bit about the author. And, Kelly and I have been married again. We've been dating since 89, been married since 96. Man, we've never separated.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's always been rainbows and
unicorns and rainbows.
Right. Yeah. But it's been really good. And boys are 21, 22 and almost 24 or shit. One's about to turn 22.
Right.
The other one just turned 24. Right. But all of them are inspirations for this kind of stuff because, you always want to be leading your family and setting a good example. And, it's tough sometimes when you don't have something that really drives you. And that certainly does, or a charity or being involved with something. Right. But, from them and just my close circle of friends that, the older you get, the tougher it is to hang on to a big group. Time seems to get shorter or less of, and so you keep that tight circle, and it's nice to have people around that really make you feel comfortable being you.
Right, I like that. So, and then also shout out on what you're doing with the bikes. I think that's a great thing, and definitely go to there and and then also get yourself a stocking stuffer.
Yes. And you know what? You can when you go to Amazon, you can hit multiple quantities.
Oh, I suggest 3 to 5 is a good amount.
It's a good starter pack.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
one in every bathroom.
Depending on how many stockings you have.
That's true.
Yeah. But I think that's cool. And I can't wait to read it. And man, good stuff. And, thanks for coming on the show, dude. And thanks for doing what you're doing with the bikes, man. I think that's
dude, I love what you're doing, man. You're helping a lot of people out there as well. And it's fun. I'll look forward to following some of this and seeing some listener reactions.
I'll be sure and check out my episode, but then after that, I'm out. Right.
Oh, I said episodes.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. I love it. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. And then let me give the plugs again. So giftingthecycle.com is where you can donate for the bikes, and then the Savage Handbook.com. And then are you doing landscaping again? Are you back in it, dude?
I'm not. I sold. I'm like, I've got to refocus. I didn't want to be a one-trick pony my whole life, so
sure.
I'm trying this route out, and I'm messing around with some other things that aren't full-time. But I'm trying to take my own advice from my own book,
right,
and throw it all out there and see what I can do. With this.
Now I'm going to become a competitive BMX rider.
Good.
In my 50s, I'm going to. There's a 50 and over circuit for the.
There is.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Actually, I'm sure there is.
Awesome, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, but thanks for coming on, and then everybody pull out your wallets and be generous because it's that time of year. If you can.
For sure, man. Tell all your people Merry Christmas, or I'll tell them right now, and let's have a good month.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks again for coming on, and then be sure, subscribe. We are streaming on all major platforms. It is thispinkcloud.com. The reason why I went with this, fun fact, is the pink cloud was already taken, the URL. But nice. I was able to I was like, should I get a pink cloud or should I get this pink cloud? And then I was like a fan of Theo Vaughn already. And I was like, this past weekend, okay, I'll do this pink cloud. So,
cool.
but fun behind the scenes stuff that you didn't want to know. But yeah, be sure and like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And remember, kids, there is no magic pill for sobriety, because if there was, we would all take too many.